Welcome back to the channel. This is Roberto with Full Curl Precision again. For those who are new, I do all sorts of shorts on dad jokes. But, I'm also a cartridge developer. Trying to create some new 27 caliber cartridge in the process of that. But for tonight's video, I'm going to be showing some of the new toys I got. Nothing crazy. I ordered in a new chronograph and a new rangefinder. I'm really liking this rangefinder. I only got the chance to try it a little bit when I got home from work. I'm liking it way better than what I have been using, and I'm going to show it to you now. So I'm going to show first the chronograph, and then we'll get to the laser rangefinder. So this right here. So I got this stand like a week ago, a little over a week ago, and I got it for this purpose. So it's really cool. There's different attachments, so I can attach all sorts of stuff. But you know what? While I wanted to get the Garmin, when you're doing cartridge development, there's always a little bit of extra that you has to go into. So right now, most of my funds are going towards proof of concept. So I got this. This is the Caldwell. Let me pull out the box, actually. This is the Caldwell Ballistic Precision Chronograph 2.0. I read through all the reviews, and I've heard a lot of good things. So I'm planning on using this. I actually got the upgraded LED light kit that goes on top of it. Again, between everything, it wasn't a whole lot of money, under a couple $100. So I'm happy with this. As much as I wanted to get the Garmin again, it's they're averaging between $400 and $600. So I was like, you know what? I'll keep it reasonable. Caldwell has been making these chronographs for a long time, so I'm really looking forward to using it, trying it out, and being able to have some fun. This thing is pretty solid. It's not too heavy, but it seems pretty good. So I'm really looking forward to it. And but yeah. But the one that really surprised me was this. Now, part of what I'm doing with this is I'm basically taking this 270 Winchester casing, and I'm gonna modify it. And modifying it, giving it some Ackley medicine, but I'm also seeding out the bullets further like a 6.8 Western. And so in doing so, I'm going to have to be able to do some longer range target shooting and some longer range hunting to prove its capabilities. And while I've had this Vortex rangefinder, nothing fancy, but it's done good. Like if you're at a range and you're ranging steel, it's not too difficult to get it to range 500 or 600 yards. But even on steel, it doesn't go anywhere past 600 yards. It just doesn't want to do it. So I was like, okay, I need to see what I can find. And so I was looking, and for the features, whether I was looking at a Sig Sauer or a Vortex or a Leupold, I was looking at something in the ballpark of $400 to $600, depending on the exact specs and everything else too. And so I kept looking, and I stumbled across this. Now this, anyone who's been following my channel lately knows I'm kind of a fan of Burris, but I'm not such a hardcore fan to the point that I am willing to stick with a brand if it's not going to produce what I want. So here's the box, and here's what's kind of cool on it. So this is the Burris Signature LRF 2000, and notice that it says laser range. Focus. There you go. That of up to 2,400 yards. And here's the thing, on the information I was looking up, it says it can read non-reflective surfaces out to 1,600. And that's what I'm looking for. Because, the thing is, trees, rocks, animals in general are non-reflective. Now, am I going to be shooting out those distances, like over 1,000? I'll shoot 1,000 for target. But this, I got home. I had just barely enough light. I put the battery in it. I went out the back door. And there's a bunch of cattle to our south on the neighboring property. And I just picked one way off, hit the button, instantly 708 yards. No problem whatsoever. And if you look at this in comparison to the size, you can clearly see that it has way more size to it. And I kind of like that. Which means it's generating way more, much stronger laser to reach out and read. So I'm not going to get rid of this. This is still good. Actually, I take that back. I'm probably going to give this to somebody. As a matter of fact, I already know who I'm going to give it to. But that said, it's still good. It's not that it's bad. It's just that it's not going to meet the needs that I have now. But I'm going to tell you this. The glass quality, when I bring these in, between these two, the burst, way clearer. And I spent under $200 for it. I cannot complain. I spent about that much on this Vortex to begin with. Mind you, it's been about 5 years. But, overall, I really can't complain in just my usage. Now, will I show what this thing is capable of outside on another day? Absolutely. And along with being able to get this new chronograph, I'm going to finally be able to do some proper velocity tests as far as my hand loads and some load development. That's my 270 there on the right. So yeah, I'm doing a couple things with this channel. It's not just a new cartridge development. It's also showing people what a standard 270 is capable of when it's actually loaded and not just let's buy some factory ammunition. Now, depending on who you are and where you're from and everything else too, some guys love the 270, some guys hate them. And you know what? That's okay. I happen to love my 270, but I'm also not unrealistic. The fact is, just like any other cartridge, the 270 Winchester has its pros and its cons. It's not that it isn't a good cartridge. It is a very good cartridge. As a matter of fact, it's an excellent cartridge. A lot of it comes down to how it's used. This specific rifle that I just showed, I used that rifle to kill my first elk with it this past hunting season. Only shot about 150 yards, and the elk went down quick. So I'm happy with the the results. That specific load that I built for that purpose was a 150 grain Nosler AccuBond long range with 54 grains of H4350. So I am going to test that for velocities, but I am going to be loading up. I'm going to be trying a couple different loads for the spring bear season coming up, and so I'm going to be using some 136 grain Terminal Sense and some 140 grain Sierra Game Changers. And so the plan is to see what I can do with that. According to my reloading program, that of Gordon's Reloading Tool, also known as GRT, I can push one of these 136s like 3,150 feet per second, which is moving. And then I should be able to push one of these 140 grainers about 3,125. So I'm going to try to see what I can do. If I can get 3,100 comfortably with that, that would make for a tremendous bear, like black bear. Black bear around here are not that big. So, great for black bear, whitetail, mule deer, pronghorn, and even elk if you're within reasonable range and have ideal conditions. Like you're just like the animal slightly quartering away or perfectly broadside, where you can slide that bullet right into the vitals without a whole lot of resistance to it. Yeah, there's some really good potential here. 136 grain Federal Terminal Scents are a really good construction bullet, and so are the Sierra Game Changers. So, looking to get my first bear. I've never actually gotten a bear. I've had an opportunity one time back in New York where I grew up. Missed that opportunity, and I'm okay with it. I wish I could still find the newspaper article. That same bear got taken on the other side of the hill from where I was hunting, and it field dressed 515 pounds. And I know there's going to be somebody going, oh, but black bears don't get over 350. That's not true at all. There's many, many black bears that go way over that. New York State record is 684 pounds. So, anyway, but yeah, going back to this, I'm really looking forward to having fun with this on the range and taking it hunting, that burris, and finally getting another chronograph. My old one had died. So, there you go. That's what I have for tonight. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. I appreciate all the support, and we'll talk to you again.